What's up, everybody? Jared here with Lot of the Nation's Rage. Ooh, you can't really see me from that angle too well. Is that better? Trying to keep you out of the wind, even though it feels great. I'm just hanging out here on my carport, in my car. And I was gonna take a little drive today, but I don't know if it'd be worth it to do that yet. I've been wrestling with this all week. If you watch the other two videos, the vlog that I did last Thursday, 1 week ago, and the one that I did on Monday, then you know I've been trying to get out. I've been trying to make some videos here and there, but let me show you guys something so you don't just take my word for it. So I don't know if you asked a meteorologist or something, they might tell you that this is normal for Georgia or wherever. It might just be your average fall time forecast for Georgia. But you look at that, and this is just, hang on. This is just today and the next 3 days afterward. Can you see that? But basically, nothing but rain. Rain every single day. Now, I'm looking at Monday, and if that stays the same, and Monday is a nice day, mostly sunny, as it says right there, then I will be shooting for Monday to get out and do some location videos. Which, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, happy October. Today's October 1st, so I had to do a video today just to say happy October and remind you guys that this is my favorite month of the year. Also, I wanted to show you something on my phone most people probably already know about, that have Android phones or have Google on their phones. This might be kind of stupid, but it might be stupid. I mean, what I'm showing you is not stupid, but I might be stupid for thinking that people don't know about this. But if you look right there, if you have Google search on your phone and you look right there, so all you want to do, and I'm going to show you something. I have a whole point for doing this, okay? But it says, say, okay, Google, what is the foliage outlook for fall? Didn't work. Let me try that again. I was too slow. Okay, Google, what is the foliage outlook for fall 2015? Okay, and then all you gotta say is okay, Google, and then whatever you're looking for. Oh man. Don't say okay, Google, unless you mean it. So this is the Farmer's Almanac page here. This website, I don't know how accurate it is. This is the first year I've looked at it, but according to this, we're looking at my state right there, Georgia, October 19th through November 4th. So if that's true, I'm going to hold this website to that. And if that's true, then that is the week I'm going to be, I guess that's more like 2 weeks. But for those 2 weeks, I will be going crazy with video. And but up to that point, I'm going to be doing probably just simple videos like this. Now it is October now, so technically I could start doing the Cemetery Saga videos, and I'll probably do that. I'm gonna wait until a day comes that I'm actually going out which tomorrow I'm going out. I have to go to physical therapy for my knee. So I'll probably try to find a good cemetery to film tomorrow and just get it started. So it'll be starting on October 2nd. Now, last year, keep in mind that I was just starting my channel, and not long after I started, say 2 weeks after I started my channel, we left to go to Pennsylvania. But since that's not happening this year and I'm going to be here, it will give me more of a chance to film Georgia in the first couple weeks of October, which I got a little bit of it last year, but not even really anything to consider, because I didn't even have a decent camcorder then. But yeah, so just stay tuned for that. I know that this is just shoddy, and this is the third video that I've made where I haven't really shown you anything important or interesting or anything like that. I've just been talking in my car, third video in a row. But I did want to say that I want to reassure you that they're coming. Those interesting videos are coming. And believe it or not, there is actually something pretty cool and pretty interesting that I wanted to show you here in my yard at my house. And I'll do that in a minute. Okay, but other than the rain, all the rain we're having, it feels pretty good outside. Not quite as humid as it was a few days ago. No, a few days ago it felt, as I said in my other video, it felt like a sweaty armpit out here. But now it feels pretty nice. And I hope you guys can hear what I'm saying over the wind. But I wanted to show you this tree over here. For those of you that have watched my channel from the get-go, from the beginning, you may have saw a video entitled Walking After Wendy's, which me and my wife and my son Jonah were out here walking the streets of my neighborhood, and we passed by this tree. We happened to look down and see all these shells on the ground, and I asked for someone to comment if they knew what kind of nut this was. I thought it was a pecan, but apparently it's a walnut. This is a walnut tree, and we have several of these, and they're just starting to reach the state of maturity where they're ready to be picked. So I'm gonna get on that because I like walnuts. I've actually tried one of these, and for some reason it tasted kind of like banana nut bread. I don't know why. Other walnuts that I've had didn't taste like that. It may have been because it wasn't completely ripe, but it had this really crazy distinct taste of banana nut bread. So we have these trees. We have probably 2 or 3 of these walnut trees in our yard that are getting ready to be picked. There's some good ones right there. See, I never knew what they actually looked like, but that is what they look like. And then on the inside of that shell there is the actual walnut itself. Now you see several open shells on the ground here that the squirrels have already gotten to. So inside there would be the walnut itself. Maybe I can show you if I can find one that's cracked or something. I know this is really random, but I think it's interesting. It's always really cool when you've got some kind of plant in your yard that you can actually eat off of. And it's good. You can make recipes with it, all kinds of stuff, and they're really good. Over here, this tree that you know, if you saw the video that I did entitled Lightning Very Close, this is the tree that got struck by lightning in that video. As you can see, it's not damaged or anything, from what I can tell. But this tree is a pecan tree, and I'll try to find some. Now they're all over the ground. The ones on the ground are rotten. And from what I understand, these pecan trees are very, very finicky in that they have to be, the weather has to be just right for you to actually even be able to take advantage of the pecans on these trees. And several years have gone by and the pecans just have not done well on this tree at all. It looks like most of them have already fallen. So we got a couple right there. Pecans. I might actually try to open one of those up and see if it's any good. So, pecans and walnuts. I really don't see a whole lot of them out here though. So most of them actually have fallen on the ground. There's another one. That one's pretty big. Like I said, the squirrels get to these things faster than I can. Oh, look at that one. Another thing I wanted to show everybody is this out here. It's just been raining so much in the past week, and it just started raining again. It's been raining so much that these mushrooms have popped up in our yard. Mushrooms are very, very strange things. I'm going to call them plants, but they're really not plants because they don't operate the same way that your average plants operate. Instead of taking in carbon dioxide and putting out oxygen, or they take in oxygen and they put out carbon dioxide. Like cars and like humans. And they seem to grow very rapidly and deteriorate very rapidly. Those are some strange looking mushrooms though. They're so big. Alright, so what's up? And these are the nuts that we picked out of the yard, or picked off the trees in the yard. And I'm not going to eat these unless I'm just that tempted, but I'm going to open these up. I don't have a nut cracker, so I have to use lineman pliers. which might destroy what's inside of it, but it's all I have for now. So I'm going to try to open these up and show you, let you know whether or not these are good. I'm going to start out with this one. It's lost its color quite a bit, which, as far as I know, it means it's just about right. And as I thought, it destroyed the insides, but it smells good. I think this one's not quite right. I think that's what it is. It also has some juice coming out of it. I guess it's water from the rain. Here's part of the pecan itself. It's white. So I guess that means that this particular pecan was in fact not ready yet. It's white and it's kind of soft. That's the actual pecan though. And I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to try it just to see. Yeah, It had a little bit of a pecan taste to it, but it was very bitter. So I think that means it's not quite right. Alright, the next one I'm going to open is this. This one is totally brown. It's totally brown. It's hard. Got a very hard shell. I'm going to try to open it up now. But this one's very dry. So that's what makes it different than the one I just opened. See, I opened it up here. It may be that none of these are good. So anyway, sorry about that. I got interrupted. I just broke this one open. This one is like overdone. It's actually rotten. It doesn't smell too bad though. But the actual pecan is black and rotted. So this is the last pecan that I picked. From the look of it, it's like it's not going to be right. It's like I said out there, these pecans are very finicky, very hard to harvest. Just because of all the factors and what it takes. Like the conditions have to be pretty much perfect for the pecan itself. And obviously, if it wouldn't have rained so much in this past week, they probably would have been alright. But it rained so much that the ones that actually fell out of the tree have rotted from all the water that's on the ground. And I'm no tree nut expert, but this is the hard shell that was underneath the pecan, the outer soft moist layer of the pecan. This is the hard shell. Alright, it's kind of white. Now I take it to mean that means it's not ripe. See, it's got a little bit of this color in it on the side, but it's mostly white. I'm going to open it up now, see what we got on the inside. This was one of the ones that I picked up off the ground. It's soaking wet. Maybe if I picked some of these up and gave them time to dry out, then they might actually be alright. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do that. That's what's inside. This one's actually got a little bit of color to it, but It's just really soft. And I don't know, maybe the correct way to harvest these things is to actually give them some time to dry out. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just pick a bunch of them up off the ground or out of the tree and try to just get them out of the rain so that they have time to dry out. Alright, so out of those 3 pecans, none of those were any good. Alright, now we're going to check out this walnut. I checked one of these last week. That was the one that I told you tasted like banana nut bread. And it did. It was actually pretty good. That's what I wanted to show you out there. That's the inside. We crack. Almost had it. This walnut feels a lot more dry than the pecans did. And I don't know if that's just because it's more tolerant to moisture or what, but it definitely seems like it's drier despite all the rainfall. This thing just does not want to break for anything. Very hard. Very hard. I was able to get some other ones to break open, but this one giving me problems. Stubborn. If I can't get it to open, I'm sorry, but it's not like I could just hand it to you through the camera and have you taste it either. Yeah, this one ain't breaking open. Stubborn. I need an actual nutcracker to be doing this. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't think this was going to give me so much trouble. It's a nut! And it's not breaking!
I just want to taste them all walnuts.
The one that I had, the 2 that I had last weekend were not this much trouble. I was able to open them up with this plastic handled can opener. This one, on the other hand, is just impenetrable. And look at my hands, look how messy this is. Well guys, I don't know what else to do. I guess I could run it over with the car. Nothing. That did absolutely nothing to this. So if you're looking for advice on tree nuts in and around your yard, don't watch this video, and if you do, don't take anything to heart. Don't take anything seriously, because I know absolutely nothing about it, but I figured it might be a little bit entertaining. Just thought it would be interesting to show you guys that. Another thing I wanted to show you, I forgot to show it to you just now, but there's another app here. For those of you that are actually watching this still, I found another app, and it's for people that are lazy and don't like reading. They can still get the information from a web page. Now, the thing is, I don't have a problem with reading. I like reading. Sometimes I want to hear stuff while I'm driving around in the car. So I found this app here. You can't see. It's called @Voice. It's got a little bullhorn emblem icon. I don't know why I'm showing you stuff on my phone. I've never done that before. But I thought this was really cool. Basically what you do when you download this is you can look up a web page, and you can, what I did on my phone is I pushed the share button, and then it opens up this app, and you can put a web page, save a web page on this app, and it will read it for you. I found this here, why leaves change color.html. Now I don't know if I'm supposed to be, if I'm allowed to put this stuff in my videos or not. This is a website. It has to do with the National Forest Service in the United States. So I guess that's who would be given credit for this content here. And then this @Voice app, which you can get from Google Play. So if I need to put those in there and give them credit for this, then there you go. Alright, so this is the website right here, www.na.fs.fed.us. Why leaves change color, northeastern area. Which we're not in the northeastern area, but I just thought that this was interesting, because I think what I initially looked up is I wanted to know how all this rainfall is affecting the leaves changing their colors. So I looked this up, found it, put it on here, and this is what it says.
If you are lucky, you live in one of those parts of the world where nature has one last fling before settling down into winter's sleep. In those lucky places, as days shorten and temperatures become crisp, the quiet green palette of summer foliage is transformed into the vivid autumn palette of reds, oranges, golds, and browns before the leaves fall off the trees. On special years, the colors are truly breathtaking. How does autumn color happen? For years, scientists have worked to understand the changes that happen to trees and shrubs in the autumn. Although we don't know all the details, we do know enough to explain the basics and help you to enjoy more fully nature's multicolored autumn farewell. 3 factors influence autumn leaf color: leaf pigments, length of night, and weather, but not quite in the way we think. The timing of color change and leaf fall are primarily regulated by the calendar, that is, the increasing length of night. None of the other environmental influences, temperature, rainfall, food supply, and so on, are as unvarying as the steadily increasing length of night during autumn. As days grow shorter, and nights grow longer and cooler, biochemical processes in the leaf begin to paint the landscape with nature's autumn palette. Where do autumn colors come from? A color palette needs pigments, and there are 3 types that are involved in autumn color. Chlorophyll, which gives leaves their basic green color. It is necessary for photosynthesis, the chemical reaction that enables plants to use sunlight to manufacture sugars for their food. Trees in the temperate zones store these sugars for their winter dormant period. Carotenoids, which produce yellow, orange, and brown colors in such things as corn, carrots, and daffodils, as well as rutabagas, buttercups, and bananas. Anthocyanins, which give color to such familiar things as cranberries, red apples, Concord grapes, blueberries, cherries, strawberries, and plums. They are water-soluble and appear in the watery liquid of leaf cells. Both chlorophyll and carotenoids are present in the chloroplasts of leaf cells throughout the growing season. Most anthocyanins are produced in the autumn, in response to bright light and excess plant sugars within leaf cells. During the growing season, chlorophyll is continually being produced and broken down, and leaves appear green. As night length increases in the autumn, chlorophyll production slows down and then stops, and eventually all the chlorophyll is destroyed. The carotenoids and anthocyanins that are present in the leaf are then unmasked and show their colors. Certain colors are characteristic of particular species. Oaks turn red, brown, a russet, hickories, golden bronze, aspen and yellow poplar, golden yellow, dogwood, purplish red, beech, light tan, and sawwood and black tupelo, crimson. Maples differ species by species. Red maple turns brilliant scarlet, sugar maple, orange red, and black maple, glowing yellow. Striped maple becomes almost colorless. Leaves of some species such as the elms simply shrivel up and fall, exhibiting little color other than drab brown. The timing of the color change also varies by species. Sawwood in southern forests can become vividly colorful in late summer while all other species are still vigorously green. Oaks put on their colors long after other species have already shed their leaves. These differences in timing among species seem to be genetically inherited, for a particular species at the same latitude will show the same coloration in the cool temperatures of high mountain elevations at about the same time as it does in warmer lowlands. How does weather affect autumn color? The amount and brilliance of the colors that develop in any particular autumn season are related to weather conditions that occur before and during the time the chlorophyll in the leaves is dwindling. Temperature and moisture are the main influences. A succession of warm, sunny days and cool, crisp but not freezing nights seems to bring about the most spectacular color displays. During these days, lots of sugars are produced in the leaf, but the cool nights and the gradual closing of veins going into the leaf prevent these sugars from moving out. These conditions lots of sugar and lots of light spur production of the brilliant anthocyanine pigments, which tint reds, purples, and crimson. Because carotenoids are always present in leaves, the yellow and gold colors remain fairly constant from year to year. The amount of moisture in the soil also affects autumn colors. Like the weather, soil moisture varies greatly from year to year. The countless combinations of these two highly variable factors assure that no two autumns can be exactly alike. A late spring, or a severe summer drought, can delay the onset of fall color by a few weeks. A warm period during fall will also lower the intensity of autumn colors.
So there you have it. I had to turn it off for now because my camera battery is going to die on me. But, so there you just heard it. A warm spurt will inhibit leaf changing, as well as moisture in the soil, excess moisture in the soil, because it causes the actual veins in the leaves to get clogged up, which causes the leaf to fall early. So apparently all this rain, it is having an effect on the leaves changing color. But you just saw, or I showed you on the Farmer's Almanac, where the actual peak is not until October 19th. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully this rain will stop. Hopefully we can still have a colorful season here where I live. And I'll be able to capture some pretty good stuff. I mean, there's a lot of excellent trees around here and just in my yard and in my neighborhood to check out. But I'll see you guys really soon. Like I said, I'll see you tomorrow because I'm going to do a cemetery saga video tomorrow. And I'll see you later. Bye.